10:05 Eastern Time, 9:05 Central Time, and we continue to honor the memory of someone very dear to me, to us, and to this program. And as I mentioned, a week from today, we will unearth, reestablish, and restart the Boom Shakalaka. I have enough episodes where we can carry us through the end of hour 2. So while we get that in order, let's get our hearts in order. Let's start laughing and let's start living. And the stations are going to have to forgive me for what I'm about to say next, but to borrow from one of my favorite movies, Shawshank Redemption, get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right. Let's do this.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Had a lot last night. Oh yeah!
I can't raise too much hell because my beautiful wife is still sleeping, but wrong side. Good morning and welcome one and all to the fabulous, fantastic football Friday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. We had a good turnout last night with the people that were chatting with us. We were covering the draft, and my Putty Tap Pumpkin is looking for a way out of here. So y'all may see me turn this way and open the store and let him out. So,
it's okay, Pumpkin. The Browns are not picking.
And you know what's bad? The mere mention, even when I'm on the air, of the Cleveland Browns will send him sprinting toward the door.
Yeah.
The mere mention. I know. The mere mention. And you mentioned that last night.
Yep.
You mentioned that last night.
I'm re-listening to what happened last night, and I just got to the point where the Browns had traded their pick to the Chiefs.
If y'all want to hear a replay of our wild coverage of the draft, it's available on the YouTube channel. It will be available on all of our radio stations, all 5 of them. And a bit of an announcement. We now have a preliminary agreement with Sports Byline Inc. to air some of their programming on the SMSN radio network. So we are going to have a little fun. Okay, Victor, where'd you go? Did you unplug again?
Nope.
Okay.
I muted so I could drink some water.
Well, yeah. Okay, it's a fabulous Friday. It's a fabulous football Friday, unless you're a Buffalo Bills fan.
Yes.
And as soon as I say that, here comes Pumpkin sprinting toward the door. Excuse me, folks.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want, big boy? Yeah, you're headed to the door, aren't you? Alrighty. Here you go, big man. Yep. That's the biggest of my 3 cats. But what the hell was that? As we get back to our fallout from round 1 of the draft last night, and as I told the crew when we were signing off yesterday, I have no notes in front of me except who picked what and where. I have no script in front. Well, I don't have a script anyway, but I don't even have an outline in front of me. I just know we're going to see Allie a little later.
Mm-hmm.
We're breaking this draft down. Napoleon,
Yes,
and a lot of credit to Napoleon Dynamite for hanging out with us last night.
Napoleon was here. Roy was here.
Napoleon was here. We had Dietz for a moment, but then technical difficulties arose.
I was kind of hoping Mr. Bay would be here, but he was probably busy.
Mm-hmm. And I will say this. The most obvious pick last night was, of course, Fernando Mendoza.
Fernando Mendoza is a Raider. I kept saying, watch the Raiders do something stupid and be contrarian and pick someone else. They thankfully did not.
Thankfully, which made Napoleon very happy.
Yep, they went with the smart
and
pick.
We are now internationally syndicated as Sick Diggy joins us from Norway.
Mr. Sick Diggy's here.
Now, now, normally with every draft, I get 1 pick right.
And
I normally get only 1 pick right. And somehow I nailed it with Arizona picking Jeremiah Love. That was a last-second wild card pick, but a great pick for Arizona.
It was a great pick for Arizona.
Cowboy, I will say this about your Cowboys. Cowboys did good.
They did.
Cowboys did good this draft, snatching up Caleb Downs, safety from Ohio State. And Dietz had been saying to me for years, the position of need was safety.
Yeah, because we need someone who can keep the cover contained. And if you watched a lot of the Cowboy games this past year, and you even go against me one, like say the New York game, the fact that we gave up basically a record for Russell, Mr. Unlimited Wilson, should tell you how much we are in desperate need of secondary help.
I want to see Caleb Downs make an immediate impact for the Cowboys.
I do too.
I want to see him make an immediate impact because that was one of their desperate needs. Cowboys also got Malachi Lawrence out of UCF. But I can't believe I nailed it with Jeremiah Love. And I got to tell you, that was a last-second thought in my mind that they would go for a running back with James Conner getting up there in age.
I'm going to ignore the obvious troll that's in the building.
Of course. Caleb Hernandez, the obvious troll that's in the building. The Bears got some safety help when they snatched Dylan Thieneman out of Oregon.
And he's good.
God, my brain hurts. He's Thieneman
good.
is something else at safety. Dietz is with us as the story of the draft. Has anyone done a wellness check on Errol Marks? And what are the Jets doing? We will get to, after the break, we will have all kinds of fun picking on the Jets and their fans.
Oh boy.
Two of which are very dear to us, of course, in Ryan McCarthy and Errol Marks. You know what? I have an idea.
Yes.
I'm gonna be evil.
I think the story of the draft is what in the world were the Bills doing?
Here, let me Because I swear we saw them trade 3 times out of the
Three
first round.
times.
Or did I miscount anywhere? 3
Nope,
times
3
in the
times.
final 7 picks.
They traded completely out of the first round.
Well, the 49ers did too, but there was a purpose with them because it was exactly what you said last night, Victor. They didn't all the players that they wanted were gone.
Yeah.
Including including Tiedemann out of Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
So all the offensive linemen they were looking at, they were all gone. Tiedemann was gone. There were a couple of other players they were looking at. Malachi Lawrence being one. He was gone. You know who they had their eye on?
Who?
Omar Cooper.
Mm.
But then they wound up swinging the trade. Well, they had their eye on Omar Cooper and they hosted him for a visit, but they felt that he didn't fit the system. I thought he did, but they know better than I. So they traded that pick to the Jets, and now the 49ers have 3 second-round picks, including the one that kicks off tonight.
Right.
And if you think about it, coming into the draft, the Niners only had 6 picks. Now they have 7.
To me, the Niners had to shuffle the board. They didn't have a choice. The Niners had to shuffle the board because they got hit in the mouth losing a lot of the people they were going after. So they're like, all right, let's shuffle the board, go into the second round. Because really, I don't think the Niners really needed a first round pick this year because again, they have a lot of pieces already coming back from injury.
Mm-hmm.
We're still gonna have CMC. You got Brock Purdy. George Kittle's coming. The only thing they probably could have went after was another receiver, but do you really need one now?
Well, you know me and how I think. For depth purposes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the Niners' position of need is safety.
Yeah.
Their secondary got shredded last year. And by some god crazy miracle, we still wound up 12-5.
Right.
So I expect today the 49ers to concentrate more on defense than offense. And plus, they just re-signed Trent Williams. So you got money spent there. Christian McCaffrey got another extension. So he's taken care of. They just took care of Brock Purdy, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. So they got a lot of money tied up already.
Yeah, we were talking about that too, Damian, about when the Rams picked up Ty Simpson. That was a very interesting pick because I'm like,
and my thing is, and I said this last night, Matthew Stafford's successor.
Right. It's like they really made it clear that they're ready to start moving on from Matthew Stafford. How long has he been in the league?
16 years.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
16 years.
It makes that pick
live research, folks. I think because he played at Georgia, and he played his first 12 years with the Lions.
Yes, he used to be with the Lions.
Matthew Stafford. Okay, live research here, folks. Oh my God, Matthew! I didn't realize this about Stafford because he was playing so well, and plus he was the MVP. 38 years old.
17 seasons.
17. So this would be his 18th season.
Yes. So yeah, no, that makes more sense. That makes more sense because he's confirmed he will return 18th season. This is the perfect time for Ty Simpson. Same thing like we saw with what we're gonna see with Mendoza and Cousins. Kind of have Matthew Stafford take the first half of the season, depending on what happens there. Then you go ahead, you start easing Ty Simpson in and having him learn the system. I'm
just thinking of how Simpson got popped in that game against Indiana.
Yeah,
and suffered a shoulder injury.
Well, the line is the line for the Rams has been very good. So I don't think he's going to
Yeah,
take.
I don't think that's going to be. I don't think that's going to be a problem either. So when they picked Simpson, my knee-jerk reaction was what? But then my logical reaction was my logical reaction was Matthew Stafford's successor.
Deeds
And
also
Deeds,
said,
I love you, Deeds, for these for these comments. He says you have to remember this is the same Bills brain trust that fired the head coach that led them to 6 10-win seasons
and several playoff
and six division titles in their last 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the same Bills brain trust that
brain fart.
This is the same Bills, I'll borrow from Ren Hoyt, blithering brain cramp that traded for DJ Moore. I didn't make the meme yet. I said I would. I went. You know what? I sat in this office last night after the draft with the look on my face of what the hell was that?
Right. The only shock last night was the Pats. Yeah, because we got there. That was the weirdest. Actually, the weirdest trade for me.
Yeah, me too.
Was the Dolphins and the Cowboys, because they traded for one spot.
One spot, yes.
I went.
They traded one. They traded one spot.
I went because the trade for the pick for the Giants was in at pick 10. I said, I'm going to go grab me a beer. So when that pick got announced, they moved over to the Dolphins. I said, let me go grab my beer. I grab a beer. I come back, Cowboys on the clock. What? What? But it turned out to be a good pick because we got Caleb Downs.
It turned out to be a great pick.
We got Caleb Downs. We have our safety.
It turned out to be a great pick.
We have our safety.
Yes, you do. And you put him in right now.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Deb texted me last night. Of course, Deb hung out with us yesterday. She says, I love that I thought Mekhi Lemon was going to the Rams and the Eagles got him. Yep.
Yeah.
I also found out
You're welcome, Deb.
Friend. He's also found out he's my good friend Chet's cousin, like Chet Lemon.
Okay.
From the old Detroit Tigers.
Okay.
So I get it. Now I get the lineage. Now I get the lineage. You know what? When I heard Lemon's name,
yep,
I thought, is he related to Chet Lemon? Bingo.
There you go.
Here.
And how did they get that? Because we stupidly decided to give them that pick. We traded our pick to the Eagles.
Which had Victor squealing last night, folks.
I was upset.
I guess so. Yeah.
I was gonna go ahead and get another beer. And again, I come back and
wait a minute.
Trade their pick to the Eagles. Why are you trading to the Eagles?
Listen, I'm doing 100 things here while monitoring the draft. I turned away from my tablet, and it clearly said when I had the tablet over here, Cowboys on the clock.
Yes.
I turn over here to write some notes, and I hear Victor scream in my ear, "Why?"
Yes.
I turn over here, Eagles are now on the clock. What?
And yes, the fact that the Eagles made that pick means A.J. Brown is gone.
Is gone. Mekhi Lemon out of USC was the pick that the Eagles made.
Yep. That means A.J. Brown is gone. He's more like going to go to New England. I think people have put the feelers out that they may try and get him in Chicago. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't think that'll happen. Now, make no mistake, the Bears do need another receiver.
Yes, they do.
They do need another receiver.
Especially make up for DJ Moore being gone. Because
whether
we want to make fun of him or not, DJ Moore was a pretty significant part of that offense.
Indeed, he was. Indeed, he was.
Do you move up Rome Odunze to wide receiver 1?
Easy.
So now we need another wide receiver 2, unless Zacchaeus is going to be there.
I don't think Zacchaeus will be there. So, in essence, with the remainder of this draft, the Bears need to think not just about wide receiver 2, but also wide receiver 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a break. More from the fallout of the first round of the NFL draft, all kinds of other craziness, and I'll share a story about a draft party I went to once upon a time, and I never made it home, at least not for a couple of days. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Join Ryan McCarthy
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
and Dustin Henry
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
as they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern, 10:05 a.m. Central. On the Sotoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers, right side, commanders. Where my soldiers, left side.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can be the black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Cause we take this job so serious.
I'm on Alarm Island. Give me them cocks!
Okay.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Forever a meme.
Yep.
Forever a meme. 29 after the hour. Inside hour 1 of Snowman in the Morning. The fallout from the draft, and Dietz has a question for me. I got a media question for you, he says. Are they teaching people to avoid the only important question when interviewing people? Yes. They're not teaching them the basics. Period.
If you had to interview, what?
Sharon Moore's assistant on GMA this morning, and not even asked, did you know he was married, and more importantly, did you care? Well,
No.
Deep, I just answered the question. They're avoiding. They are always avoiding the most important questions. But then again, it's Good Morning America. Consider the source. Back to the draft. What was the most surprising pick for you?
None of them.
Dr. K confirmed.
She did it again.
K confirmed.
She did it again. Y'all realize I'm going to cut that, right?
Better.
But I'll try this question again. Which was the most surprising pick for you?
The Jets' first pick. That first pick was so confusing. Because some of the highlights are like, don't look that bad, but like that pick was confusing. And we said that like there's two people that the Jets should pick. And they didn't pick either one of them. And Jeets is right. The Jets, it changed the entire draft up. The entire draft was changed up with that one pick.
With that one pick, yep.
With that one pick.
That's why D said that's why D said we need to do a wellness check on Mr. Marks.
Mr. Marks.
And just might do that.
Browns
And
just
just might.
Is it though? Did they do?
With them grabbing Spencer Fano out of Utah.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. You know what?
Let's do a deep dive on this. Spencer Fano, 6'5", 311, out of Utah. One pre-draft analysis reads as follows. Has experience at both right and left tackle during his career. Strong performance at the combine, tying for the second fastest 40-yard dash of all offensive linemen at 4.91. Fluid, light on his feet, has the ability to roll his hips and play with power at the point of attack. He shoots strong, quick hands to harness a firm punch. Hey, this may be a fine for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Now I just don't want Cleveland's coaching staff messing him up. Because who are we talking about?
And they're definitely going to have it where he can be a real help for Shedeur Sanders because Shedeur needs protection.
Yes.
He needs time to throw the ball. So that was a good one.
Spencer Fano is the worst pick of the draft, not because of his play on the field. Why was he the worst pick of the draft? But this is our NFL. This is one of our biggest NFL insiders in Chris Dietz. I want to hear an answer. I want an answer to this, but because they revealed, duh. Because his favorite Star Wars was Andor. I walked right into that joke.
Yeah,
okay.
Did.
I walked right into that.
Yeah, you did.
But I think the Browns have a fine with Spencer Fano.
They do.
Now, what about the Saints getting Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State? Well, we know they need help everywhere.
Yeah.
Because most of their me and Deets had a fight about this last night. Chris Olave is indeed their number one. So I think Tyson will wind up in the slot.
Yeah, and that's fine.
But I have one question. Who's throwing to him?
That's fine. I mean, having a slot, especially of that caliber, is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Why are you yelling at me? Come here.
Which one is that?
It gets so bad.
It's Winnie.
This one's yelling at me. Why are you yelling at me, huh?
It's Winnie.
Shedeur needs more. Oh my God, Damian, stop!
I mean, I agree.
I agree too.
I 100% agree that yes, the yes. They have a
They have
QB
a
from
quarterback
Purdue.
from they have a quarterback from Purdue. It doesn't matter how many receivers they have. Yeah, but this quarterback from Purdue sucks. This quarterback
Most
from
quarterbacks
Purdue
from
ain't
Purdue
Drew Brees,
suck. Most,
except Drew Brees.
except for Drew Brees, exactly.
Except for Drew Brees. Kyle Orton sucked. I just went blank. Kyle Orton had like 3 good years with the Bears following Rex Grossman, and they messed him up.
This what it's Chicago. It's where most quarterbacks' careers go to die.
Go to die. Absolutely. The surprise for me was how far Ruben Bain fell.
Agreed.
Because for a while they had him scouted as the number 1 draft pick. And he fell all the way to Tampa Bay, which is a great pick, for them, which had Dietz swearing last night.
Hey, who told that lie? As good as Bain is, he was not going to be number 1 because the number 1 was going to be Mendoza. We all know
it was going to be Mendoza. Well, they had some boards scouting him or ranking him as the number 1 pick. They definitely had him as the number 1 defensive lineman. So Tampa Bay gets an edge rusher in Ruben Bain. I'm really struggling this morning, folks. I'm sorry.
Definitely want him in Dallas. I definitely want him in Dallas, but I knew that they were not going to get him.
How about the Jets picking up Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon?
Much better pick than the first one.
And Deeds, thank you for reminding me. Remember why he fell? Because he was in a car accident 3 years ago. And Deeds and I talked about this on the air. If it happened 3 years ago, why are you bringing it up now? Here's the answer. Here's the answer right here. They wanted to get his stock to fall.
Yeah. Because the car crash, 3 years at that point is irrelevant.
Exactly.
You can't, especially again, if you're talking about
and that it was actually 2 years ago. It happened in March of 24. The crash happened 2 years ago. It was nothing. It was nothing malicious.
Right.
The family even supported him.
Right.
The family supported him.
And again, it's something that is off the field. At some point, you gotta have to start separating on field, off field, because otherwise, then no one is going to be safe.
But also, at the time, Ruben Bain was a sophomore. Ruben Bain was not Bain was not a senior. He was a sophomore.
Right.
Yes, people. Damien, you're correct. You're absolutely correct that people died in the car crash. Our question is, why didn't they make this a spectacle when it happened?
But also, it was an accident.
Exactly.
It's
it was
not
an
something
accident.
Purposeful. It was not deliberate. You want to say
it was not?
He was being,
and I said it a moment ago.
That's fine. You want to say he's being irresponsible? That's fine. But to try and make that like he did it maliciously is wrong.
Which he didn't. Which he did not. And I'll say it again. The most important people were the family of the victim, and they wished him well. They knew it wasn't. They knew it was an accident. They knew he wasn't trying to kill anybody or injure anybody. And again, going back to Dietz's point, it happened 2 years ago.
Right.
When Bain was a sophomore.
It should have been brought up 2 years ago when it happened.
It should have been a thing. It should have been a thing when it happened.
I always look like this.
And that's all.
I will say this. A lot of times media, and this is why I asked who brought this up yesterday. Because we know there's a certain reporter in ESPN, and she loves to bring up some of the more controversial or traumatic things that happen.
Of course she does.
When it's time for these guys to get their step up. It happens a lot. And again, it's like something that you should have addressed in the very beginning. Like I said, he's already made his apology for it.
Yep.
They've already said that he basically, it was an accident, made some dumb decisions, learning from it. The family supported him.
Yep.
And said, you know what? It happened. You know, we forgive you. We wish the well for you. You know, if they gonna let it go, then we also have to let that go. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep pulling it out and pulling it out and pulling it out.
No, how many times have we seen it happen
with
players that become players that are not known, and then they become known, and something that happened well in their past gets drudged up.
Yeah, 70 years ago. But I always say it's always done to people that someone doesn't like. If it's someone they don't like, then they'll try to bring up something that happened like 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And it's like, why are you bringing it up now?
Ruben Bain. Okay, then Damien has a good question. So what about the wide receiver from Georgia? Should he get a pass? No, he's being prosecuted.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I can't answer that because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You know what, Victor? That's a great point. I don't know the full story.
I don't know what that's.
Damien, I will not attempt to answer that question simply because I do not know the full story.
Like when I get the full story, when I find out like what happened, then I can make a full on take.
Deet says Bain is the best player right now. The question is, how much will he get better? Well, he ain't got a choice but to get better in Tampa.
That's up to the team. That's up to the Buccaneers. Buccaneers got pretty solid training squad. So
yeah. The most surprising pick for me, I can honestly say there wasn't a surprising pick.
Well, I will say this.
Well, actually, I take that back. 2 of them. And again, this goes back to the stupidity of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Because Buffalo was scheduled to pick 31. And again, I look over here, Bills are on the clock, and then it said the pick was in. And I look up and I said, why are the Tennessee Titan graphics being shown if the Bills were on the clock? And that's when we found out at the last second that the Bills traded out.
Yeah. So here's the thing with the Bills. There were pieces on the board that the Bills could have grabbed.
Yeah, including who Tennessee grabbed.
Yep, because the Bills had a lot of pieces they needed to pick up. So why in the world do you trade out of the first round? You're the Bills. You need help. Because you guys are always the bridesmaid, but never the bride. You're always the one that gets to playoffs, gets deep in the playoffs, but you can't get past either the Patriots or whoever else is it.
Or the Kansas City Chiefs.
Or the Chiefs. Thank you. The Chiefs. So you can't get past
the
Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs.
You can't get past the Chiefs. You can't get past the Patriots. You need someone to kind of turn that corner, and you do that.
But how much does Kedrick Falk help Tennessee? We won't know, and Deet said this a few years ago, we won't know their full impact until they're a few years into the league, unless you have an outstanding rookie year and it leads to something better. Christian McCaffrey, hello. But we won't know.
I'll even go out on a limb and say Colston Loveland had a really good rookie season this past year.
A rookie that had immediate impact, Jerry Rice.
Blake Miller to the Lions is hilarious. Yes. Yeah.
It's the Lions.
It's the Lions. This is not new to the Bills.
At least this is not new to the D says this is not new to the Bills. Remember, they are the team that traded picks so the Chiefs could grab Xavier Worthy when Buffalo needed a wide receiver. Very true. That's ownership.
That's true.
That's ownership.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills will bill. I'll say this. I think one of the big changes between this one and last year, and I think is why a little bit of the luster was taken out, was because you don't have like that one guy. And I asked this in yesterday's show. They do have that one guy that everyone thinks is going to go number one, and they end up going like 2, 3, 4. Like we all were like, looking, where is Shedeur Sanders going? Everyone had a where is Shedeur Sanders going? And I think that was like the big story. And then when the Steelers didn't pick him up,
it drove me crazy.
It was not only crazy, but it was hilarious.
And he continued to fall.
Yeah. And so I think that's one of the things, is that when you have someone like that they just know they're going in the first round and then they don't go, or they keep falling and falling and falling, it kind of gets you that you get a little bit of sense of that satisfaction. You didn't have that this past year, because one, we knew who was going to go first in Mendoza, and everyone else was
that was the world's worst secret.
Right. And then everyone else is kind of like, where they fall, they're gonna fall. Except for Reese. I thought Reese was gonna be taken a lot quicker than what he was.
Yeah.
But
I thought the same about Arvell Reese. But the Giants got a gem in Arvell Reese.
They really did. I'm kind of mad.
How do you think Deeds feels?
Because Deeds said that the Giants made out like bandits, and I'm like,
how do you think Deeds feels?
Like, no, he's right. Because the Giants got to steal. The East is gonna be a lot better than what it was before.
Yep, they sure did.
Because Washington improved, Giants improved, Eagles are the Eagles.
Giants improved.
And we did something
Eagles
right.
Are the Eagles.
And we did something right.
The winners are the Raiders, Jets, Giants, and Titans. Wrong answer. I don't count the Jets as a winner.
Raiders, yes, because
let me Raiders, yes, because they got the quarterback of the future.
But Raiders
Jets, my question mark. Yep. My question mark for the Jets is David Bailey.
Out
of Texas Tech.
What's he really going to bring? Titans did get some help because their wide receiver they got in that fourth
snatched the Titans snatched Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
The best player in this draft is still in March, Harold Perkins. Miami. Deets, if memory serves me correct, Miami. I might have that wrong.
Giants definitely did well.
They did.
Listen, Jets, like I said, Bailey is going to be.
I can't believe Perkins is still on the. No, LSU. Thank you, Deets. LSU.
Okay.
You know what? Let's take a look. Because if Harold Perkins is still available.
Oh Lord, I know where this is going.
Okay. Here goes my brain.
And guess who's got the first pick? Guess who's the first pick for this go round? Guess who has the first pick for this go round?
San Francisco.
So I already know where this is going.
San Francisco.
I know exactly where this is going.
No,
Potter Creek getting pulled out immediately.
Matter of fact, San Francisco has 2 picks in the second round.
That's true.
San Francisco has 2 picks in the second round.
Yep.
The Bailey pick makes sense because the Jets had problems getting turnovers, and Bailey is a turnover machine. Well, here's the problem. The Jets can't put pressure on the quarterback.
Right. Because the thing is, you got to go from the front. You got to start from the front. You got to just start from the front. If the quarterback has all the time in the world to have a girl's day like Caleb Williams did, then they're going to make the best throw every time, and they'll throw away from Bailey.
Right.
So if you're going to do that, you have to get So the next couple of picks will actually determine what the Jets do. Because if they can get some good defensive linemen that can get good penetration and get to the quarterback, then yes, that could actually make hay for Bailey. That could actually make hay for Bailey. But if the quarterback got ample time, even if it is,
Look at some of the linebackers that are.
I just thought about it though. No. For the Jets, yeah. It depends on it depends if they can get to the quarterback. If they get linemen who can get to the quarterback, then yes, Bailey will make hay. And yes, then Bailey will make some absolute money.
Yeah.
Perkins was a defensive freshman.
Still looking at some of the players that are. Perkins was defensive freshman year in the SEC. Then moved him to middle linebacker. If he plays edge rusher, he will be a monster. Well,
you'll go for him anyway. I know you'd go for him anyway. You'd 100% go for him anyway.
Now, why would you say a thing like that?
Because I know you.
Now, why would you say
more
a thing
importantly,
like that?
I know the Niners. The Niners go for greed picks. They're like, yeah, we got what we need, but we want more. We want
That is not a greed pick.
That's a lie.
That is not a greed pick.
That's a lie.
Okay, I'll enact this my way. But Perkins is
That's
not
a lie.
Pick.
There you go. Even Cole had to march for that one. McCarthy said, Snowman did a great job.
I'm admonishing myself for that. Yeah, Rod and I had a great time. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. I had a great time with Rod yesterday.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let's take a break, and I'll tell y'all the story of how I met Mr. Rod Peterson and why we're friends to this day. Because not many people know what happened.
All right.
Back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
From the hills of Santa Clara to the legacy of the stick, this is where red runs deep and greatness wears gold. 40 plus years of fan, 30 years in the booth, and now it's personal. The 49ers like you've never heard them before. This is That 49ers Show on Snowman Sportsnet. Hosted by Brian Snow, each week you will get a recap of the game that just happened and the game that will happen. all the stats, facts, and figures, all the fun notes, fan chats, and everything else you could put into 30 minutes. This is That 49ers Show on Snowman Sportsnet, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central.
Cause we take this job so serious.
What are we doing?
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Zachariah Branch out of Georgia is the receiver Damian was talking about. So I just got a piece of news from Allie. She is not feeling well. So we are probably going to call this a day with an express episode. But tomorrow, well, first of all, tonight we'll have more coverage of the NFL draft round 2, and yours truly will strap on this headset for the Nationals and the White Sox. White Sox coming off winning 2 out of 3 in Arizona, 2 out of 3 in Oakland. So they went 4-2 on this recent road trip. Big wins for them. Good. We will start our party at 7:20. First pitch from the South Side will come your way at 7:40. We'll also monitor the NFL. Draft. San Francisco kicks off round 2. That starts at 7. And tomorrow, the WNBA is back. It's the Fever and the Liberty from Brooklyn. You know that's a full house. 3 o'clock is the tip time. We'll start everything at 2:30. And 2 new weekly shows with the WNBA featured will drop. It is that WNBA show and that Fever show. Both of them will drop next week as the WNBA is back in motion. And I got to give a shout to Rising Rhino. He kept begging me, said, dude, just concentrate on the WNBA for a while. You are tired. You are exhausted. Just get some rest. Well, Rhino, I'm taking your advice. We'll dive in there. And we got Friday Night Baseball with the White Sox tonight at 7:40. Now, yesterday I had the pleasure of appearing on the Rod Peterson show for the umpteenth time, and it was so weird how I discovered him. I was at work one day, had a 15-minute break, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to pull my headphones out. I wasn't supposed to have them. I'm going to pull my headphones. They were the earbuds that you put in the ear. I'm going to pull the earbuds out and see who's talking sports. That's how I found him. I found him, and it was through Facebook, actually, as a matter of fact. He was airing a show on Facebook, and I listened to him. I fell in love with it. So I messaged him, and I said, I'd love to have you on my show for an interview. And he said, sure. I think he was shocked, but now we're like this. And I had a chance to be on his show yesterday, and it was a hell of a lot of fun. So to my buddy Rod Peterson, I love you, brother, so very much. I love the work that you do. I love the show and the RP squad, of which that's how I met McCarthy. That's how I met Ryan McCarthy through the RP squad. So Rod, thank you so much for hosting me. I'm going to host Rod next week. We're going to work out a day, and I'm going to take some time today to work on this doggone system so we can get it back up and running. So we're going to call it a day. Allie will be back with us next week. We'll have the full crew next week. And yes, the Mets have won 2 games in a row after losing 12 in a row. So to be a feature game for baseball tonight will be the White Sox and the Nationals, but it'll be a baseball carousel. So hang on to your seats, folks. We'll start our party. Matter of fact, if everything goes right, we'll start the party at 6 o'clock, 7:40. We'll have the White Sox and the Nationals, and plus more coverage of the NFL draft. Have a great weekend. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We hope y'all are too. And beginning Monday, 180 minutes of Snowman in the Morning, 5 days a week. God bless you. We love you. So long, everybody.
Simply no Tam today.
Which pick was important to you? Well, according to my beautiful wife, none of them. So long, everybody.